All right. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. I am Shantae with Completely Crafty by Shantae. Want to welcome you to my live. Let's see if we get there. There I am. Perfect. All right. So I know, I was on a live last night. One of my friends, Rachel, with Rachel's creative unique crafts. Sorry, she was on her live last night, and she was saying how she did not want to think about making anything for fall because it reminded her of knowing that tax season is around the corner. And I was like, sorry, but I'm making a fall wreath this evening, only because fall season is big for craft shows, and so I need to get as much done as possible. And I thought, well, I'm gonna hang out with you guys while I do it. So I have this sign. It has the pumpkins and it says hello fall. And so, hi Rosie, welcome. We're working on a fall wreath, if you can believe it. I know it's, barely summer yet, but we got to get ready for the fall season. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my my view, and we're going to go ahead and get started. If you are here, say hello. I was telling Rachel last evening that I love the fall season. I love the colors. I like to make wreaths for fall, but I prefer to do, Christmas. But I love all of the fall colors. And I did a lot of prep work on some minis, and I cannot wait. How are you? Well, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. Make it fun, so let it be interactive. If you have any questions, let me know where you're watching. I'm in West Virginia. I'm originally from Philadelphia, but my husband and I live here in West Virginia now. Hey, Mary. I was so afraid that I wasn't going to be able to stream, because when I tried to schedule it last night, Restream was telling me that something was wrong. Massachusetts. Okay, I might say your name wrong, from Orlando. DeHarris. Hopefully I didn't butcher it too much. I apologize if I did, but welcome. Rosie, my husband is from Connecticut, and so we go up there often. Actually, we're going to be celebrating our anniversary in October, and so we're planning on stopping into Boston and Salem, but then making our way to Maine to hang out for a few days. So I'm excited about that. Thanks, Mary. I can't wait. I had asked my son to start looking for Airbnbs for us. So, because, I know October is a few months away, but I'm a planner, and so I like to try to be ahead of the curve. Thank you, Dee. I'm sorry. Welcome. I was in a mini I don't know if you would say a mastermind, but it was like what's the word for it? Mentor program. And we were all teasing that we are going to get together in Orlando so that we can all go to Disney. I was like, I am on board. I love me some Disney. And I haven't been in quite some time. I went to Disneyland a few years ago. It's not the same. I was like, I'd rather go to Disney World. Hey, Rudella. How are you? Rosie, I go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless I'm out of town for a show or if work has me doing something else. But it's normally every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This mesh has the heavy foil, which is really nice. I think what you have to do, thank you, Rudella. I think what you have to do is follow my page, and then it should tell you when I'm going live. Yes, I like fall too, Rudella. If the weather could be fall-like all year long, I would love that. Oh, awesome. Okay. I also have, well, I have family in Florida in general, but I mean, I have a friend that I met. We met them on our honeymoon, and they got married like maybe 3 years later, and they are not far from Disney. And they also said, you know, anytime you're in the area, we could stay there instead of getting a hotel. Hey, Rudella, I need to figure out, one of my crafting buddies, she lives in Mississippi too. So I'm trying to figure out a way to kill two birds with one stone, come visit you and come visit her at the same time. So we need to figure something out. The foliage is beautiful here in the fall, but it's even better in the New England. So I know Rosie probably loves the view in the fall where she is in Massachusetts. Will do. All right, we're on the last one. I'm going to start making more low profile wreaths, because doing a lot of my shows, I hear people say the wreath is too big to fit between their screens. So I'm going to make a few for each season so that they I can cover all my bases. Thank you. I'm one of those people. I have all of these ideas in my head. It's just finding time to implement them all. But I did start. Hey, Sherry. Uh-oh. My Siri thought I was talking to him and scared me half to death because I hear a man's voice in my room. I've been been making wreaths for quite some time because I only made them like for my house, for myself, and I make them as gifts. One year, I make handmade gifts for my colleagues every year for Christmas. And someone liked the wreath that I had on my door, and she was like, I would love to have a wreath. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't do a full-size wreath. I did mini. I did 28 mini wreaths for Christmas. And I think that was in 2000 and either 18 or 19, one of those. And my son had come over and he's like, Mom, I don't know why you're not selling your wreaths. I was like, because I just do it for pleasure. You know, I'm not trying to make any money. I enjoy it because I love to craft. Well, fast forward, here I am. So I've been doing it for a while, and I have definitely, thanks to joining some creative groups, I have learned better techniques, different styles. And before, I only really did deco mesh, but now I love to do grapevines too. Yes, D. So I like to do the grapevines, especially for the fall and Christmas, because you can do some simple designs inexpensively with just some greenery. So all right, what's my favorite style of wreath? Oh, I might have to say a swag. It's something elegant about the way it's elongated, you know. I think I like to do swags. I don't normally do many, but when I do, they sell. So, and I have them on my website. Actually, I think I have a Christmas one on there. And I've sold a few online, but they do really well at my craft shows. Yes, you sure can. Hey, Miss Rachel, you sure can, D. I always say, like, I like doing grapevines when I'm by myself. Trying to do a grapevine on a live makes me nervous because you're dealing with the hot glue and you really have to think. You know, when I'm by myself, I can figure out where I want to place something. When I'm on a live, I don't want to hold people up with me trying to figure out where I'm going to put something. And normally when I do a grapevine, I have it on an easel. But when I do it on a live, I have it on the table, and it's hard to see the design when it's flat. So I agree, Dee. You can really do a lot with the grapevine. All right, so we're finished our base. And what I'm going to do, I have these pumpkin ribbon, and I just use a coordinating color as a solid, and I have a green one for this. And with the green one, I'm going to add some tubing. Just to zhuzh it up just a little. And for me to use it up, because I always forget I have tubing until after I finish the project. But I saw some in the corner of my eye the other day, and I pulled it out specifically for this project so that I would not forget. Miss Rachel, my cousin Rudella is watching from my private group, and she lives in Mississippi. So I told her, I'm trying to visit you, and when I do, I want to make sure that I visit her too. So we have to figure something out. Thanks, Sherry. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Rachel, I already told them that you want no parts of making fall wreaths yet, but I had to do it. I had to do it. What I noticed, okay, this could be the top. I'm trying to make sure that my pumpkins all are going the same way so that when it's up, it's not, they're not going opposite directions. And so I noticed that I put the first one in upside down. So this will be the top. Yes, it definitely is. And like I said last night when you were doing yours, not last night, the other night when you were doing yours, it's, you know, I want to see, do I need to add more florals? Like, I just don't know when to stop. I love ribbon with designs. I just hate that when the designs are, you have to have them a certain way. And then again, I have to think about it so that I make sure it looks okay. Rosie, do you make wreaths? I'm going to have to do a couple more and evaluate the direction. Let me just make sure. Oh, okay. I was at work today and I heard the cha-ching sound and I got all excited because normally I don't hear it because my phone is normally muted, but for whatever reason it wasn't, and I heard it and I was like, yay! Such a good feeling. I was at a farmer's market on Sunday and it was a good turnout. Turn this up like this. Oh no, you're fine. Oh, okay. Miss Rachel did a nice burlap wreath the other night. Miss Rachel is with Rachel's Unique Craft. She comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right. Trying to figure out which direction. All right. One more this way. Yes, Rachel, it's a great sound. At one point, I thought I had done something because I wasn't hearing it, and I was like, well, it's because my phone was always off. So. I'm in a group with Hardworking Mom, and she's having a retreat in the fall, but it coincides like the weekend before I'm going to a football game with my son and husband, and so I can't afford to take a trip the following week, so I'm going to miss the fall one. But I always, when I go to her retreats, I always stop at Sims to get supplies. So I'm going to try, hopefully make a trip in July instead. And meet up with my girlfriend who lives not far from there. See, I almost wasn't paying attention. I almost forgot the tubing. It almost got me. Thank you. I think I picked this mesh up from Sims when I was there in the spring, and I thought it was a little different. I thought I would give it a try. I'm now on the hunt for a pickup truck so that, I don't know, I may have told the story last week, but I'm going to tell it again. Initially, I wanted to get like a transit van so I can have everything all in one place. And then the more I thought about it, since I started doing this, the farmer's market, I realized that I could put everything in the back of a pickup, and I can, you know, as opposed to having that van where I would only be able to use the van for shows, I could actually utilize a pickup on a daily basis. So now I'm on the hunt for a pickup. Yeah, I do. I've done a few, and I think I might do one of the next live. I'll have to see. I started making my own signs recently. So I made this pretty fall one, a pretty fall sign. So I think I might use it to do a low profile. I know she hasn't copyrighted it, but I try not to say pancake, because I know Coach Mel, that was her baby. So maybe I'll work on that. I had to get ink for my printer. So maybe I'll work on that so that I can print out the sign and I can maybe do a little profile next week. I normally send out a reminder on Tuesday, Rosie. So it'll tell you that I'm going to go live. So hopefully, like, once you join my page, it should send you an alert to let you know that I'm on. Sometimes, though, Facebook's a little fickle. Because sometimes I don't always get notices from Miss Rachel. It'll hit me of what day it is. Sometimes my low profile are still a little poofy. They're not flat, but they're not as, okay, perfect. It's not as flat as it should be, so I will work on that. The weather here has been beautiful. In the 70s. Now, a few weeks ago, I was complaining because it was raining so much. Because it was raining mainly on the weekend. Well, now it hasn't rained in a long time. Hey, Marsha. I hope you're feeling better. But now it hasn't rained, I feel like, in 2 weeks. It's very dry. So I said my prayer to the Lord. Lord, can you let it rain? But can you let it rain during the week? Not on the weekend. You feeling better? Oh, very good to hear, Marsha. I go see the surgeon next Monday for him to tell me whether or not I'm going to need to have surgery too. So, it's so funny. You think you're in control of everything. I'm like, I'm hoping, that if I have to have surgery, I can have it in July or August when I'm not, when it's not craft season. So, but, we shall see. We shall see. Correct, Marsha. Correct. I know. I feel like I'm getting better at, laughing at myself too when I think I have a plan. Knowing that God says, okay, we'll see about that. right, this is the last one for the bottom row. All right, so now I'm going to work on the inner. Yes. There are certain things I do on a regular, but then, you know, sometimes life happens and they don't get done. But I don't sweat it. I'm changing my routine. I used to read, oh my goodness, all the time, at least one book a week. I used to do it all the time, but then, you know, I stopped. And I guess it was last week. I called the library and I was like, I'm embarrassed to say I haven't come to the library since COVID and I lost my library card. You know, can I still get a book? And she was like, absolutely. So I went last week and I got a book, 2 books, and I finished them. And so I went yesterday to check out 2 more books. But I'm finding that, you know, I'm taking time for myself and not always rushing. So I try to read a little before I go to bed. And when instead of hitting the snooze button, if I don't go for a walk with my dog, I come downstairs and I read a chapter or 2 before I start my day. So I'm liking my new routine. Well, I can't wait to see it, Marcia. Just want to make sure that it's going to be the right way. I'm really enjoying the process of designing the wreath. I'm just having difficulty when it comes time to print them out because sometimes the sizing is off, but I'm getting there. I think once I figure out what it is, I can use the same template and not have to worry about it. Yes, yes, I agree. Can I just say I'm so proud of myself? I only had that one oops. And it wasn't a full oops because I caught myself. I didn't mess up the flow. Oh, awesome. I wish I had someone nearby that that could help me. When I first started doing lives, I only did them on Facebook and then I would upload them to YouTube. And there's this young man on our team, you know, he's the baby in the group. I told him what issues I was having. And so, because I have a Mac, most people have regular PC. And so when they're trying to explain something, it's not the same because it's not the same format. So he walked me through it and I was able to do it. But then I got the Mevo, so now I don't have to worry about it. But I was grateful that he took the time to help me. Oh, that's good to know. Thanks, Marcia. Yeah, not many people have Macs, and so I'm like, ugh. Just turn it around so my pumpkins are all going the same direction. Rachel is live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh, she's in the middle. She's Pacific, I want to say. I know she's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I think she's 7 Central Standard Time. Rachel, she's the real crafty one. She comes up with these designs, projects and stuff. Really cute. All right, this is our last one. I'm going to cut this one off. It's a little too long. And then we'll be able to add our sign. I have to work in the boutique this weekend. And I'm supposed to, she wants to offer a class, but she needs to do the flyer. So hopefully I'll have a class scheduled at the boutique the end of the month. So, all right, so here's our base. We're all done. I used to do it that way too, but then I like the coverage of the X. So that's why I started doing the X instead. But I used to do mine in just the V form. All right, so let me find my pumpkins. Make sure they're going the right way. Yes. All right, so here's our sign. Hey, May, how are you? Okay. We just I alternated the colors of the ribbon, and I added a little tubing in for every other one. And this is the sign that's going to go with it. Just trying to think, where do I want to put it? because I'm prone to put stuff on my right side. So I think I'm going to put it here and maybe add my bow over there. Wow, that is awesome, Marsha. Hey, Donna. Thank you. Thank you. I I feel like I bought 2 of these signs because, well, I know I bought 2. Because last year when I did it, I used an animal print. I used this animal print, but I don't have enough. But I will add it to the bow. And it sold last year. So that's the whole thing. Like, I don't know, like, which signs I should get multiples of, because you just don't know what's going to sell. And I think that's why it's going to help with making my own, so I can add to it as whenever I need to. All right. So here we have it. All right, so let's make our bow. I don't have much left. So of course the pumpkins are going in the direction I don't want them to go. Oops. I think I'm just going to do a 6-inch. I'm going to twist this because I want the pumpkins to go down. Thank you, Miss Rachel. I think if I have enough of that leopard print to do how many tails I can do. Sorry if you guys are chatting, I'm concentrating. So forgive me if I'm not responding. Actually, let me see. I might have enough to Let's do 2 loops. It's a lot of pattern, but it's big enough to do 6 inches because I don't want to waste the ribbon, because once I finish with this project, I won't have enough to do another one, so I might as well just make it bigger. You're fine. Up, an empty spool. That means I can order some more ribbon. Just one more loop. Get my zip tie. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. We're wrapping up a fall wreath. And I always trim my top before I add it. Trying to fluff my bow just a little. And I'll fluff it more once I put it on the wreath. All right, now I just need to trim my tails. It's a little wonky. right. Now I'm just giving it a little tug, give it a little curve so it's not all flat. Me and this gold one, I'm not liking this one here. All right. Here we are. We are all done. First fall wreath of the season. Sorry, Miss Rachel. It had to be done. You got to get ready for the fall shows. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Miss Rosie, I'm here every Wednesday. Oh, let me change my view so you can see me. I'm here every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless something comes up, but for the most part, I am always here at that time. Probably next month, I might sneak in a couple bonus because we'll be doing Christmas in July, so we'll see what happens with that. I feel like if I say it out loud, then I have to do it, so I'm going to start saying it now, and you guys have to hold me to it. So we'll see what happens. Thank you, Miss Rachel. All right, you guys have a great, and if you're not following me, please make sure that you follow, hit the like button, and join the fam. We appreciate it. I will see you guys next week.